Hey there everyone, welcome back to FJX 2000 Productions and another episode of Let's FJ. My name is Hayden, and in today's episode I wanted to compare the now retired Toyota FJ Cruiser with the upcoming 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser. Both SUVs fill the off-roading niche for a retro-style off-roader that Toyota 4x4 legacy enthusiasts love. But what are the pros and cons of each, and how do they stack up against each other? That's what we will find out today. First, let's compare their specifications. The FJ Cruiser came with a 4-liter V6 engine that put out 239 to 260 horsepower depending on the year, and 271 to 278 pound-feet of torque. Offered with either a 5-speed automatic or 6-speed manual transmission and either 2-wheel drive, part-time 4-wheel drive, or full-time 4-wheel drive, there were lots of drivetrain options that met most people's needs. And when paired with off-road traction aids like the rear differential locker and active traction control or A-Track system, most folks are able to take their FJs on very diverse and challenging terrains or trails. The FJ Cruisers have seating for up to 5 passengers, but have rear suicide doors that make getting into the rear seat a bit more tricky. And with the rear seats folded down, there is 67.9 cubic feet of cargo capacity. The FJ Cruiser also has a towing capacity of 4,700 to 5,000 pounds. Now the 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser will be equipped with a turbocharged 2.7-liter 4-cylinder hybrid engine that will produce 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. In addition, since this Land Cruiser is a hybrid, it comes with a 1.87 nickel metal hydride battery and 48 horsepower motor. So that, paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission and full-time 4-wheel drive, the Land Cruiser really sets itself apart as a modern SUV. The new Land Cruiser will be available to seat up to 8 passengers and has 81.7 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats folded, and is rated for towing up to 6,000 pounds. So when comparing the two, in basically all regards, the new Land Cruiser has specs that exceed the FJ Cruisers. The Land Cruiser produces at least 66 more horses and 187 torque over the FJ, and it also seats 3 more people and offers 13.8 cubic feet of increased cargo space for those extended adventurers. It also has a 1,000-pound higher towing capacity for those who need to haul a trailer with their rig or other toys. But these specs don't give us the whole picture. Let's now look at the dimension specs. For the FJ Cruiser, it comes with a wheelbase at 105.91 inches and an overall length of 183.9 inches. Its width measures in at 74.61 inches and height at 71.61 inches, with a total of 9.61 inches of ground clearance. The curb weight of the FJ is also a decent 4,290 pounds. Meanwhile, the Land Cruiser will have a slightly longer wheelbase at 112.2 inches, a length that measures 193.7 inches, width of 84.2 inches, and height of 73.2 inches. So overall, the Land Cruiser is a larger and longer vehicle than the FJ and even the 4Runner. So if fitting on narrow trails or having a shorter wheelbase matters more to you, that is something to consider. The Land Cruiser will also have a ground clearance of 8.7 inches, about an inch less than the FJ, and though no official weight has been published, we can assume that it would be more than that of the FJ given the larger dimensions and heavy hybrid batteries. What about angles? For the FJ, the approach angle is 34 degrees, departure angle 30 degrees, and breakover angle comes in at 27.4 degrees. So how does that compare to the Land Cruiser? With an approach angle of 30 to 31 degrees, depending on the model, a departure angle of 22 degrees, and breakover of 25 degrees, the FJ comes out as the clear winner, seeing as it is more specifically designed for demanding terrain. But of course, a lot of these specs are subject to change once you start modifying both vehicles with lifts and different bumpers, so this is just a comparison of the stock forms of both vehicles. And before we dive into more features of both Toyotas, if you aren't already subscribed to the channel but love all things FJ Cruiser, consider doing so, as that is this channel's bread and butter. We love FJs around here, so be sure to check out more of my Let's FJ videos if you want to learn more about them. But now, let's take a look at the features these two vehicles bring to the table. When it comes to off-road capabilities, the FJ Cruiser could come with the rear locking differential, active traction control, or ATRAC, and even crawl control for 2013 and newer models, all of which are designed to provide additional traction and prevent wheel slip on obstacles on the trail, with crawl control even controlling the acceleration and brakes for you, allowing the driver to focus solely on steering. But aside from the practical off-road features, the FJ is pretty basic when it comes to its interior design and electronics. The head unit compared to today's vehicle is quite dated, with only newer models in countries outside of the US receiving basic touchscreens, and the Bluetooth is spotty at best. The reverse cameras that came on 2009 and up FJs are very small and difficult to see, being located in the rearview mirror rather than a large head unit screen. The interior is practical for an off-roader, as the FJ comes with water-resistant fabric seating and all plastic interiors, making cleanup a breeze. And safety-wise, the FJ ranks very high in this category when compared to other similar vehicles in its class due to its robust structural design and airbag systems. On the 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser, more off-road features are at the owner's disposal, like the center locker and rear differential locker, multi-terrain select, crawl control, and downhill assist, similar to other modern Toyota vehicles. But I think what really excites folks is the Land Cruiser will have a front electronic disconnecting sway bar, or sway bar disconnect mechanism, SDM, so you can get more flex out of the independent front suspension while off-roading, but still retain proper control on the pavement for normal driving. The only way us FJ folks can get that additional front wheel travel is by either removing the front sway bar altogether or installing some sort of aftermarket sway bar quick disconnect system, which usually ends up being more trouble than it's worth. On the interior of the Land Cruiser, you get a ruggedly designed instrument panel with a large touchscreen infotainment system that comes with USB Type-C ports, wireless phone charging spot, and even independent driver-passenger climate controls, including heated and air-conditioned seats, unlike anything the FJ Cruiser came with. The 2024 will include all the modern amenities you would expect out of a current SUV, but even comes with safety features like Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which includes road sign assist, lane departure alert, speed range radar, pre-collision warnings, and much more. This Land Cruiser raises the bar on all fronts when it comes to the interior, while the FJ Cruiser offers a more utilitarian and simplified way of getting the same job done. If choosing between the two, it's between the rugged classic design of the FJ or the cutting-edge tech and comfort of the Land Cruiser. And before we take a look at the appearance differences between the two off-roaders, be sure to comment below and let me know which of these Toyotas you love more. I expect most folks here will be sticking to the tried and true FJ Cruiser, but if you think you'll convert to the new Land Cruiser, let me know either way and tell me the reason why you like one more than the other. I'm really curious to get all of y'all's opinion on this one. But now, let's hop into the design comparison. One striking similarity between the FJ and 2024 Land Cruiser are the colors. Look at that iconic white roof on the Land Cruiser, obviously paying homage to the original Land Cruisers, just like the FJ Cruiser did with its design. This is actually something that I am glad Toyota did, as it shows that they really understood the assignment when creating a throwback SUV that respects the source material. And of course, both Toyotas will come with the classic Toyota lettering across their grills, which is something I know all of us retro Yoda lovers appreciate. But unlike the FJ Cruisers, which all pretty much look the same when it comes to packages, the 2024 will be offered with 3 different grades: the Land Cruiser, Land Cruiser 1958, and Land Cruiser First Edition. I won't go into the details of differences between each grade, but the 1958 and First Edition models will come with the classic round headlight appearance to again look more like the classic Land Cruisers of the past. The FJ Cruiser was modeled particularly after the FJ40 Land Cruiser, but I think this new Land Cruiser was specifically designed with the FJ60 Land Cruiser in mind, which makes sense with the overall size and layout of the vehicle, such as having 4 true doors, either rectangular or round headlights, and other design features. Though for the 2024's headlights, these are of course LEDs, while all the lighting on the FJ features dated halogen bulbs. One thing that stands out to me though when looking at the Land Cruiser versus the FJ is the wheels and tires. For the FJ, it came with either 265/70R17 tires or 265/75R16 tires, depending on whether it came with 17-inch or 16-inch wheels. Meanwhile, the new Land Cruiser will come with either 245/70R18 or 265/70R18 tires. These tires are pretty much the same diameter as the FJs, maybe even slightly larger with the 265s, but with the 245s, these are a bit narrower, which is actually a bit of a throwback to the past, where the Land Cruisers came with narrow pizza cutter tires. I currently run 255s on my FJ, and many others are converting to the pizza cutter setup, so maybe this is Toyota jumping on the trend early. Who knows? But reports claim the Land Cruiser will be able to fit 33-inch tires, which is pretty cool if that is indeed how it is designed, as the FJ can also fit 33-inch tires. But the 18-inch wheels of the Land Cruiser will not be as advantageous for more intense wheeling as a 17 or 16-inch wheel would be. I expect that many who want to really off-road their rigs will be swapping out those 18-inch wheels, and the lack of any accessible spare tire on the back like the FJ has also makes the Land Cruiser lose some points in my book. But ultimately, what about the price? We know FJ Cruisers hold their value remarkably well, with even one collector quality 2014 Trail Teams Ultimate Edition FJ selling on Bring a Trailer for $103,000, a record high as far as I'm aware. Most older high-mileage FJ Cruisers on the market, however, are going for around $10,000 to $20,000, and newer, lower-mileage FJs are in the $30,000 to $50,000 range. Meanwhile, the new Land Cruiser is teased to release in the mid-$50,000 range, so it will be up to buyers to weigh the differences, the pros and cons of each model, to determine which Toyota will be best for them when choosing between the FJ and Land Cruiser. When the Land Cruiser releases, even the newest FJ here in the US will be 10 years old, so maybe it's worth spending the extra few thousand in order to get a 0-mile brand new SUV. In conclusion, the Toyota FJ Cruiser continues to be a beloved classic with its rugged but retro charm and off-road prowess. On the other hand, the 2024 Land Cruiser takes things to the next level with its powerful hybrid engine, modern features, and advanced off-road technology. Ultimately, your choice depends on your priorities and budget. Which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments below. Again, I'd love to hear what your opinions are. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more FJ content. I just finished my dental school national boards exam and passed, so I'm hoping to start making more regular videos for you all since I have more time on my hands. So stay tuned, but keep on FJ cruising, and until next time, take care.